Hey there, welcome back to Task Force Admiral. This is part 2 of the skirmish that I was doing against a Japanese task force. You currently find yourself in the middle of a flight of F-4Fs, which are in the midst of trying to take down a Japanese raid. Lots of enemy aircraft around. Better get to work. Speaking of a strike package, the fighter director has sent my fighters out on patrol. These are 12 of my birds. And they're already being vectored over to intercept. Let me push this away. To intercept that group of enemy bogies, 20 plus. So many things will be happening at the same time fairly soon. Yeah, our update's now an hour old. That location.
Romeo, your target is now. Vector 010, 60 miles. Angels high.
Yep, here they come. Now this strike of mine doesn't exactly know where to go, but I'm hopeful that they'll find that enemy aircraft carrier out there somewhere. In the meanwhile, we're going to have a look at our own F4s fighting off all of these guys here. I'm not so sure why they're saying that they expect these birds to come back in, well, 1 minute from now. Yep, here we go. Okay, what are we looking at? This is my naval strike. So we're looking at the scramble fighters. Let's see, Mr. Fenton. Hello, gentlemen. There's a lot of you out there, isn't there? Good lord. Good lord, there's a lot of you out there. Okay. Well, that means we have no shortage of targets. And hopefully some of those fighters that we, well, engaged before with our own escort package aren't going to be part and parcel to elimination here. See what the rest of these sections are up to. Trying to catch up. There's another part of their strike. I found that once your birds actually get stuck in, the enemy will start losing aircraft very quickly. That's a friendly. Keep in mind that some of those guys, and I think it might at least be the Japanese torpedo bombers, they have tail gunners. So they're not exactly terribly safe to approach from behind. They will return fire. Are we being hunted? Yes, we're being hunted. Crap. Not much I can do for this guy. He's gonna have to hopefully get his wingmen involved. If not, he's gonna be down in the water fairly soon. So they've got at least one hostile fighter still to deal with. Where is that strike group? Here. Come on. Yes. Large unidentified surface force. Bearing 140, range 167 miles. Okay. Does that mean that my own strike group can now actually do something useful? Yes. I think contact 006 is the same as contact 0015. It's just not fully updated yet. Let's have a look at our strike group. I want to see if they can actually spot something. Supposedly somewhere still ahead of us. 141, range 166 miles. Yorktown is being targeted by a torpedo bomber attack. Oh, great. Did they already get that close? No, not yet. Not yet. Yep, there we go. 1 CV, 2 heavy cruisers, 4 destroyers. Smaller task force. Oh, we have 1 aircraft out of the skies. 1 got ditched. Unfortunate. I'm not really too sure what to keep an eye on, because there's a lot happening. We got our own strike. And we have to defend our own aircraft carrier. This is the scramble. You're coming in at an awful vector there, sir. Okay, get behind them. Start laying into those torpedo bombers. Today be lovely. Don't wave and say hello. Oh, there's another one going down. I hope that's one of theirs. Yep, that's definitely a Japanese aircraft. Good work. Good work. Bassett, anything? I think they're trying to catch up. It's not like I can exactly relocate my aircraft carrier and try to hide. Oh, come on, you had a good angle on them. There goes another. This is what I meant. Once you've broken through their fighter screen, and you actually get a bit of playtime to deal with those bombers, they start going down fairly swiftly. As well they should. I think that's another going down. Yep. Goodbye. I'm not sure what Bassett over here is doing. It is not his job, anyway. Okay, back to the strike package. What's happening with the naval strike? So far, I'm still not seeing a naval contact down there. But you have, apparently, changing course. Where are they? There. There's a speck out on the ocean. And we're going to remove that speck. And there's more. There's flak. Speaking of, how's my own aircraft carrier doing? So far, we're not throwing up into air yet. But I think that might have to do with the fact that our fighters have done a very good job eliminating a lot of enemy aircraft. They're 9 miles out, so it's not going to take a whole lot of time before I'm actually going to engage. Give me the dive bombers again. Now, I don't exactly know how these guys dictate what package to go after what target. So, I'm basically sitting here watching the view and hoping that we will go after something important, like, I don't know, an aircraft carrier. Enemy aircraft carrier, sorry, enemy aircraft shot down by the Portland. And the Yorktown's now engaging. Uh-oh. Torpedoes to starboard. The aircraft carrier itself has some sense to do course changes. I'm not sure where that enemy torpedo is. Apparently we still got some aircraft overhead. One. Well, one's not too bad. Could have been a lot worse. Can we see that torpedo anywhere? Based on the wake, they made a hefty course correction. If I'm overlooking the torpedo wake, apologies. I really genuinely don't see it. What I do want to see is how my own bombers are doing. Oh, hello there. You look like you need a couple of bombs down your flight deck. Preparing to dive bomb. Here we go. Brave men. Ooh, not bad. Not bad. Looks like we've hit him. I'm gonna have to pause this. There. Gorgeous. So, I don't think that's strictly going to eliminate them, but it might prevent them from launching any aircraft. Ooh, splash for the time being. Missed it. How are our dive bombers... No, how are our torpedo bombers faring? Here's our fighter group. That's the escort group. Ditched. Crap, we did lose a couple flights. You guys have apparently dropped your torpedoes and you're going back home. Lost a few more aircraft. Yep. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, they're burning. We definitely inflicted some damage. How's Yorktown? Healthy. Excellent. How's their air wing? That we know of. Not great. I think there's one moving away. If that's it, that'd be great. My own combat air patrol? How did they eventually make it through? Fighters. Ditched, 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 ditched. So out of 12 aircraft, I lost 4. Given that they sent a fairly sizable strike package my way, I think we did quite alright. I think we did quite alright. As for this aircraft carrier here, I'm not so sure how well they're damaged, how well they're capable of still sustaining the fight. I do believe I can launch another strike. Because I still have some dive bombers and some torpedo bombers left. Let's send another flight of... Oh, I got no escorts. Ah, that's a problem. I got no escorts to send. If I don't send any escorts, I feel that I might end up the same way that their strike package ended up against my fighters. Not well. So no, we're not going to send another strike without escorts. We're going to see the naval strike come back. And I'm not sure when my own aircraft are going to come back home. This scramble over here. What I would like is a button that just says, like, return home. But at the moment I'm not seeing that. That's the Cap 103. It's the naval strike. Oh, there's one snooper. There's a spotter. No, that's fine. I think they know where I'm at anyway. Anyway. Summarily, I'd say we did quite alright. We managed to keep Yorktown intact. She is still fully functional. The same cannot be said of that Japanese aircraft carrier. The same cannot be said of most of their aircraft. The ones that went out did not all come back. Mine? Well, I didn't have everybody come back home, that's for sure. But, especially the dive bombers, they did alright. All 12 dive bombers are gonna come home. Some of the torpedo bombers, not. Out of the, what, 12, no, 9? 12 torpedo bombers that we sent out, we had 5 ditched. And there's the enemy aircraft carrier still. Limping around. And we had, what, 1 escort ditch? Yeah. Oh, that's not terrible. That's not terrible. If it's just one guy? Out of all the escorts, I'm willing to accept that. Good effort. Well, we're not quite in the clear yet. There are a couple of aircraft coming in. 10 plus here, 20 plus there. I'm not sure if that's the same one. I'm thinking it's not. This one's 2 minutes old, this one's 4 minutes old. And that looks like a potential second strike coming in from the Japanese carrier. So we're gonna have to be prepared to deal with that again. Thankfully, we still have that patrol up. Scramble 06 with their 12 birds is standing by with about half fuel. They're gonna have to do a lot of work in order to shoot down those incoming birds. Otherwise, we're gonna find that we have a lot of damage potentially going on Yorktown, which is in a fairly vulnerable condition, as she is preparing to receive a whole bunch of aircraft coming back from that naval strike that I did. Expected to land in 3 minutes. Now, those aircraft still have like 80 miles to fly, so we have some time. But I hope that we can retrieve those aircraft and not have a whole flight deck full of aircraft, which would make for an enticing target for the Japanese. As for reorienting my fighter screen, or rather my escort screen, like, I guess I could, but I keep changing course so much, sailing against the wind and then not, that I don't really want to have to keep messing up my formation. Let's just keep those as is. The flight the flight deck officer has already sent most of my fighters out in order to meet the enemy. Here we go. Yep, large bogey. Unknown, 20 plus. An enemy air raid en route to our position, bearing 063, range 179 miles. Lovely. Estimated return at 8:51. We're way past that. Where is my strike? Wait a second, you're not writing up their aircraft as our own, right? Or vice versa. Because I'm not seeing my own strike package here. Here, this is my own strike package. So, part of it is mine. The 20 plus. The 10 plus is theirs, I think. It's theirs. Okay. We're engaging targets. Yep. That is definitely theirs. Well, go to town. What do we got? 3, 5, 8, 11, 14, minus 1 or 2. Including a couple of fighters for escort by the looks of it. Oh, get him off you. Oh, sorry, that's your wingman. Never mind. Don't mind him. He's fine. Okay, let's go shoot down those enemy aircraft. Get after that strike. It's the safest way to go about it right now. There's another one down. Were the F-4s so fast that they constantly had to fly basically underneath the enemy formation? In my mind, they would just trail it and eliminate and then slightly change course and engage the next one. Air defense status man, says Yorktown. Uh-oh. We do have a couple of aircraft on deck. If we get hurt now, that's a bit more tinder to the fire. Not what I need. Yeah, it's 10 plus aircraft still, so they did manage to at least eliminate a bunch of them. I hope they can do more. Yep, there goes another 2. You guys are productive. Well done. And another. There they are. Yes. Nice work. Nice work. Next. Come on, line up. Take him out. This bit here is what I don't understand. Like, why was he not shooting? That is something I don't quite understand. Anyway, we're definitely culling their numbers very quickly. Not only did we hurt their aircraft carrier, I think we might have done a fairly bad damage, or fairly a good job to their air wing as well. Not sure it's deplaned though. Don't think we're quite that far. But it's a hell of a start. And another one. So we got like what, 6 strike units still up there? And we still have time in order to eliminate a bunch more of those. Yes, get in there. Oh, that's the tail gunners. I think he ditched. Because we're very much shy of one pilot right here. He's evading. I doubt it. And another one down. Yeah, he's gone. Our cap is not doing great at this point, because I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 aircraft ditched out of 12. He's about to ditch. Yeah, I don't blame him, because there's not a whole lot left of that aircraft. That felt like a pretty neat landing given the circumstances. So what do we still have fighting? Like 4 aircraft? 1, 2, 3, 4. Great. That's not a whole lot. But the good news is most of their strike units are down. Most of my fighters are down. So I don't think I need a whole lot of my fighters anymore anyway. Unless I want to do an additional strike and escort those. So how did our missions actually do so far? Well, we had that search, then we had our combat air patrol. The combat air patrol was able to engage something. 1 was okay, 2 aircraft were damaged. They apparently didn't actually have any units that they were able to shoot down, at least not to my understanding. Combat air patrol 2 was able to have 2 MIAs and 1 damaged. So they really didn't do that well. But looking at what they did, actually they destroyed an A6 and 3 B5s between the 2 of them. So that is a remarkable performance, I should say. These guys only destroyed 1 B5. The naval strike, what did they do? Well, they managed to get 2 of the A6s, 1 D3. They damaged the CV with 4 bombs. No enemy ground activity, no enemy ground losses, expended ammunition, the torpedoes. Unfortunately, the torpedoes did nothing. That sucks, because I was hoping for the torpedoes to really inflict some damage. The scramble. What did they do? Ooh! That was busy. They were able to destroy 1 A6, 12 B5s, and 22 D3A1s. Very, very productive. That was the strike of my... Well, not the strike. The scramble of my 12 fighters. They expended over 1,000 rounds of 50 cal. And I'd say, given their performance, well worth it. And now I have Naval Strike 07, which is still planning. And I might still be able to go after that aircraft carrier again. But it's been an hour and a half since I last seen it. So maybe I need to do another search mission first. And I'm going to say that search mission is going to happen... Well, it's not going to happen nearly that far away. I don't think we have to. Also, this aircraft carrier... It was on a course of 148, so heading southeast. But that was 1.5 hours ago. At 23 knots, that thing could be quite far away. One and a half hours at 23 knots. That's 2 hours at 46 knots. Or 2 hours. In 2 hours you can travel 46 knots. So in, let's say, 1.5 hours, you can travel like 30... Yeah. Like 36 miles. So they got quite a few locations where they could be in right now. Let's not make it as wide. Give me a couple of torpedo bombers to do that job. Take 3. And go search. Off you go. Once we know where it is, we'll send the dive bombers after it yet again. Contact. The search has found something. So far, Contact 0043 is 1 small ship for man, but 1 giant ship for mankind. No, it is most likely not just 1 small ship, because typically the Japanese keep their fleets together, much like I do with my own. So this means that this is most likely not going to be just one destroyer, just the outlying destroyer that we can see first. Where, yep, there we go. There's another small ship, and another, and a large. Contact 0043 is our target. That's where we need to go. Excellent. Now we know where to strike. What are we going to use to strike? Well, I'm thinking we have some nice 18 dive bombers standing by. I might as well send those. As for the torpedo bombers, I'm not as big of a fan of them. I will send 3 fighters along just to make sure that we can shoot down anything that happens to threaten me. And as for the target, well, target 0043. That one. Greenlight the operation. This means that the flight deck is going to be in uproar again, as everybody's going to have to figure out what their next spot is going to be. And once all the aircraft are ready, we're going to start sending out another nice strike package to the Japanese. Good morning, Japan. Here we go again. 18 dive bombers coming in with a small escort of a couple of F4Fs. Let's see if it's enough. Again, I'm not necessarily trying to put the aircraft carrier completely down, although, yes, that would be the ideal objective. The more I can hurt this thing, the more I can make sure that they don't actually have any capable launch aircraft left, the better it'll be for me. And keep in mind, the battle kind of started at 0600, it's only 1300 now, or at least near enough. So the battle has lasted for about 7 hours so far. I'm not so sure, is that an aircraft carrier? That's too small to be a CV. Thankfully, their flak so far hasn't been great. Surely that's not a carrier. Well, my aircraft are going for it. No, that's a cruiser of some make or model. Pretty good, but unfortunately, apparently you just missed him. Wait, what is that? A Mogami class? Oh, brother, you just missed him. But somebody's probably going to lose some slow. Well, no, that's their anti-air gun. Splash. That's not it. It's not the target. Is everybody going after that same thing? I think they might. Does that mean we are unable to find the enemy aircraft carrier? Is the carrier dead? Is that what's happening? I mean, it's possible, I guess. I did hit him a couple times, but was that enough? Oh, you're releasing a little late, I think. I don't quite like that drop. Show me. Yeah, right in his wake. What about the other flights? An aircraft carrier is fairly distinguishable from other ships, especially cruisers. So why am I not seeing an aircraft carrier? Maybe I should have sent the torpedo bombers after them anyway. Oh well. Section 4. We've got sections 1 and 2 here as well. So far though, I'm not terribly impressed with our hit rate as of right now, because there hasn't really been much of any. I do wonder if your pilots level up as they do more battles. Come on. Make an effort. Oh! Ho, ho. That's more like it. Yeah, you're RTB. And these are my escorts. I think. No. No, these are dive bombers. Here's the escort. Now, thankfully, it seems like we have absolutely no casualties. As of yet. Nothing. But we also got nothing to show for this strike. No damage. That I can see. Does that line up? Missions. Naval Strike 13. En route. Okay. Yeah, so they're still en route, which means we don't exactly have a mission log for them yet. I think that only gets generated when they actually get home. Still leads me to believe the enemy aircraft carrier might be out there, but... Hold on. Their initial group was 7 ships, was it not? So why am I only seeing 2 cruisers and 4 destroyers now? Did the cruiser... Did the carrier get hit much harder than I thought? Perhaps it burned down. That'd be a very lucky hit. We just have to eliminate the rest of them right now. Starting, of course, with the cruisers and then the DDs. But judging by our accuracy with the dive bombers, yeah, that might take me a while. Though it looked like most of my bombs actually didn't impact the cruisers, at least one, and I'm not sure exactly, 1 cruiser damaged, 1 cruiser damaged with 4 bombs. Maybe we damaged 2 different of their cruisers. And apparently there was a carrier in there, I just wasn't able to see it. So, we're gonna have to strike them yet again. And as I have taken no losses, we're just gonna keep striking them until they're dead. Time to strike them again, this time around with torpedo bombers. I'm not sure why my torpedo bombers have elected to go after one of the smallest and probably most nimble targets, a destroyer. Maybe they were unable to find the aircraft carrier, maybe they were unable to, I don't know, strike at the cruisers. So, anyway, we're going to start lobbing torpedoes at this destroyer here. And in the meanwhile, we're going to keep another fighter off of us. Unfortunately, not successfully so by Mr. Parker. And as such, Mr. Parker had to ditch. Butcher over there is also dropping a torpedo. Ooh, jeez, that got close. Not sure how well this torpedo is going to do, but at least it's going to make that destroyer run for its life for a minute. And in the meanwhile, we do have targets which are getting engaged by the dive bombers. Lots of targets, lots of aircraft flying around, and hopefully we'll be able to find a nice little flat top we can put out of existence. At the moment, though, we are rapidly approaching the, well, most likely the end of the flight era. Oh, that was a great hit. Hoo hoo! Yes, please. Sign me up for more of those. That was gorgeous. That was gorgeous. Do that again. Oh, so close to his stern. Lovely stuff. Maul. Diving onto a most likely destroyer. Now I'm saying we're approaching the end of our flight time because at some point we will not be able to launch aircraft anymore as it's going to be evening. And since we cannot operate at night/evening, we might find that by the time that these guys get back and landed, that'll basically be it for the day. So far though, I'd say we've come out at the winning end of this one. because we definitely inflicted some damage against their carrier. We definitely inflicted some damage against, I think, that destroyer over there. And unfortunately, I don't really think we did a whole lot of damage with the torpedo bombers. But it's difficult to tell. We'll just have to wait for their after-action report. So far, we did have a couple of ditched. A couple of those torpedo bombers are kind of, well, loitering here. And there's also a ditched dive bomber here from Mr. Caldwell. I'm not sure why. As for fighters, we didn't send any. So there's that. That might have come at the expense of some more of my aircraft. So let's get our boys home, and I think we'll just have to call it a day after that. And see what the scenario says about that. So how will we do? Well, we damaged one destroyer with 1 bomb and one with 12 bombs. I'm surprised that they're still there after 12 bombs. Most destroyers aren't that tough. Somehow, though, they did all manage to survive, so that enemy naval group is still consisting of exactly what it consisted of at the start of the day. We did, however, manage to destroy a couple of the enemy air patrols, so they are a couple of zeros down. As for the rest, well, I think that'll be it for now. As you can see, it is starting to turn into sunset, which means the end of air operations for the day. And again, I'd like to say I came out ahead on this one. Hope you guys have enjoyed this first look at Task Force Admiral. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. And I shall see you soon for more Task Force Admiral in potentially a scenario or another one of these little skirmishes. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon for more.